if I will say Khulja Simsim, another very interesting person will join us this time. And let me say Khulja Simsim because Nilesh Shah, Kotak Securities would be joining us. And Nilesh bhai, good morning. I'm using the word Khulja Simsim. Every time I'm opening this Simsim, some khajana is coming. So I'm sure viewers are happy to see that this time when I've opened the Simsim, Nilesh bhai is ready on the screen. So Simsim ठीक खोला है ना Nilesh bhai?
Yes, निकुंज भाई इस बार सिमसिम बराबर खुला है.
चलो, जब सिमसिम खुलता है तो उसके अंदर से खजाना मिलता है, right? So let's talk about the khajana. Do you think the khajana is nothing else but the Amritkal moment of India?
Undoubtedly, Nikunj bhai, we can truly become citizens' pride and neighbors or peers' envy. Today, almost everything is working in favor of India. Undoubtedly, we have our challenges, but our journey from being 12th largest economy in 2010 to 10th largest economy in 2014 to 5th largest economy in 2023 to 3rd largest economy somewhere in 27 or 28 is fully in place, and India will go and achieve what it was in the past in the Amrit Kal.
Now, let's look at assumptions, Nilesh bhai. You understand the assumptions in budget are crucial to judge the future. The three most important assumptions in this budget for FY24 would be fiscal deficit number, expenditure, and the cost of or the entire borrowing, net borrowing. What are your numbers which will excite the market or which could disappoint the market?
Our budget estimate of fiscal deficit was 5.9. The net borrowing program was about 11.5 lakh crore. My feeling is that fiscal deficit number should be achieved as tax revenue has been good. The dividend income from RBI and other PSUs has been good. And overall total receipts will exceed budgeted estimate. There is a risk to deficit number coming high, not because income and expenditure is not in control, but because nominal GDP has not come as per the budget expectation due to inflation deflator. But for us, that will be past. What will be important is roadmap to medium-term fiscal consolidation. Street is expecting a number of about 4.5, 4.6 for FY26. That means FY25 fiscal deficit should be somewhere around 5.3, 5.4. Number higher than that will disappoint market. Number lower than that will cheer up the market. The finance minister has an honorable task. She has to create inclusive growth by spending money at the bottom of the pyramid. She has to ensure that investment happens for future through infrastructure investment, through higher allocation to education and healthcare. And at the same time, she has to ensure that path of fiscal prudence is achieved. Asset monetization and divestment, these are the two tools which will help her achieve this trinity of impossible.
Budget trivia, जब भी हम सिमसिम खोलते हैं कुछ निकलता है. Now what is the simsim throwing? This time the simsim is showing us budget speech times. Madam Nirmala Sitharaman's 2019 budget speech, 2 hours 17 minutes. Next budget speech, 2 hours 20 before COVID, 2 hours 40 minutes. The third budget speech, 2021, 1 hour 50 minutes. 2022, 1 hour 32 minutes. And 2 hours 33 minutes. 2023, 1 hour 25 minutes. Now remember, this is the interim budget, the last budget of the government before the next election cycle. The duration of budget speech over the years has become less, but it has become highly impactful. There is no devil in the detail. It's very easy to understand the budget speech, and more than often, it's a struggle for us to, even get to the fine print, to really comb through it. Why? Because there is nothing in terms of a hidden item or any kind of indirect mention of any taxation or something. Now, how beautiful this picture is. The budget document. Aisha, a Bhai Khata has now become completely digital. That's how the migration of budget has been. So, Nilesh bhai, long budget speech, short budget speech. What's your guess?
I think it will be average of the last five budgets.
अब ये तो आप SIP language बोल रहे हो, that keep on averaging out. Budget speech में थोड़ी SIP का concept चलेगा.
This will be the speech before the election, so it is likely to be longer than shorter.
Why, you programmed to connect everything with SIP, is it?
सर दिमाग में डीएनए में एसआईपी है तो वही निकलेगा.
Last question from my side. You know, Aisha, I think something on tourism.
Yeah.
Nobody's
hopefully
talking
so.
about it. I think that should find its mention. That's a fair assumption, Nilesh bhai. Something on tourism should come this time.
Undoubtedly, government has taken a lot of steps in terms of visas to infrastructures to development of religious or spiritual tourism. Tourism has one of the highest multiplier. And clearly, we are a net exporter on tourism side. More Indians go abroad than the number of visitors come into India. We need to reverse that. We have everything in our country from mountains to desert and beaches to spiritual tourism. So tourism is one sector which can create inclusive growth, can support bottom of the pyramid, can take out pressure from urban areas. And we must support tourism as much as possible. And definitely the budget or vote on account should have some mention of the same.
Okay, Nilesh, we'll chat with you again and we'll continue with the SIP lingo as well. But good having you in the show as always.